Hi everyone, I'm back. My name is Lynn Marquidant. I am with Simply Colorful and this is our second edition of FiberCast today, August 30th, 2019. Thanks for joining me. Since I was with you a few hours ago, we've made progress. Jeans now have cuffs. And what we are going to do before we dive into a t-shirt quilt, which is, I have a t-shirt behind me, one of many I've cut up that we're going to start doing an improv t-shirt quilt next week. But before we get to that, let's finish up jeans. So what I have here, these were for anyone who didn't catch us earlier today. These are my sister-in-law jeans, and she only needed them raised or lengthened about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. In last show, we made the inside. Hello, is that Leah? Hi, welcome. And then we made the outside. And so now I folded it up and I made a slit because I don't know if people remember, but I did these on my pants before I went to Paris this spring. Woo! That was good exercise for the day. I'm kidding. And Jeannie saw them and she wanted some, so I'm making her some. They're a little different. Now, the question is, what size button? So I'm thinking that for the most part, she will want to button them up. Hi, Carol Bell. So I'm deciding on which buttons, excuse me. We could either do, what is these really little buttons, or we could do the bigger buttons. And I've gone back and forth. Oh, and I bet you can't see them. I think I'm going to do the bigger buttons. The little buttons, although that's kind of understated. Maybe little buttons are better. And then the second question is, once we do the buttons, do we put a bow like this, trimmed of course, whoops, here? I think we might. I think that might be really cute. So what I'm going to do on today's FiberCast is make buttonholes, 4 of them, with my new machine, which you can't see in this new version. Maybe I'll try and move the camera over so you can see what I'm doing. But that's all I'm doing. And then please, no, don't send pictures or photographs because the only working camera I have is here on my iPad. My iPhone that I used earlier is now charging. I hope that you can grab a project and do what you like to do today, because it is the long weekend and we are heading into 3 days, hopefully, for most of us, of pleasure. So, let us... Hi, Lacey! I am switching feet. I was using my 8D foot, which is for jeans, and it worked beautifully. And I did a triple seam back. I should show you that. Maybe that'll... Six, 7, hang on, 8. Well, a triple straight stitch can be used where reinforced seams are needed, or it just looks heavier. So I don't know if you can see this, but on all around the edging here, I did a triple seam, so it looks more like a jean seam. Of course, I forgot that I had blue in the bobbin. I would have ideally done a gray in the bobbin, but live and learn, so I made it consistent. I did it blue all the way around. Anyway, let's make a buttonhole. Grab your project. That's what FiberCast is all about, is all of us just chilling and doing something that we love together. Hi, KB. Glad you're out there. Happy Friday. Football starting, huh? How lucky are we? Okay, so I'm going to use my buttonhole foot, and I'm putting it on. This is what I learned last night at my class. So, what we need to do is move the camera so that hopefully, oh, there you go. Yay! Ooh, it's a little bright, I know. But hopefully you can see the buttonhole happening. So it is called 3A. So let me pull up the right, tell the computer that we're using. Why isn't that working? We must tell it somewhere else that we're doing buttonholes. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Hey, everyone. Who's there? Hi, Alexa. Hello, all the way in Alaska. Thank you for watching. My day is complete. How are the fish? Okay. Let's hit buttonhole. And there's that. Okay, this is cool. Now, I hit information, and I take my button, and then I hold it up. In fact, I'm going to try and show you this. Get ready, the camera's going to get wonky. What the heck? Might or might not work. So, is that working? Right here, I'm supposed to put my button up, and then I adjust the size. And see how when I adjust the size of the button, are you seeing this? When I adjust the size of the button, that adjusts the size of the buttonhole. Okay, going back. I don't like it when you can't see me. Oh, good, Lacey. Thank you. Hi, Mom. Oh, good. So, let me make that button smaller. And apparently on some buttons, the packaging, it will tell you how many millimeters wide your button is. This one is measuring now 15 millimeters. So I need to change my thread. Yay! Because, oh, I don't have to change my thread. Hang on. Just turn it upside down. One side is a light color and another side's a dark color, so we're going to use two colors of thread. Okay. Okay, so starting with the dark, again, here are, oh yeah, I bet you can't see it. So we're going to use this little button. Try and adjust this. There we go. Hi, Dawn. It must be just lovely when you see my head pop in there. Okay, so let's make a buttonhole. And I'm sure there are ways to place it, but I don't know that yet. So here we go. It's doing it. Okay, this is good. Just did one side, now it's doing the other. If I had my little phone, I could be showing you this, couldn't I? Okay. I will show it to you now. Of course, could we get anything? Oh, that's interesting. So on the back, you can see where it is. Ooh, that does not look good. On the front, it's all dark. Anyway, when this comes up, that button will go right like that. It'll work. So, let's do this one. Same thing. Make it the exact same size, so that's always good. It's not quite in the same spot though. Oh well. Second buttonhole. So see where those two buttonholes are? And now ideally I'd have a chisel and a piece of wood, and I would stick the chisel down and I would just cut the buttonhole. I do not have one of those, so what I'm going to do instead is fold it in half, make a little snip in the center, in each side, and there we go. So there's one. Oops, lots of threads here. So I'm just going to do a little snip. I fold it in half and I snip right in the center. I've made the mistake of using a seam ripper to do this in the past. I bet you have too. And I've gone right through the end of the buttonhole. So this is a safer, albeit not very sophisticated, if you will. Okay, so now we have a second buttonhole. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I'll pin that up just for kicks. Hi, Cherish. How are you? Hi to everyone out there, to Sandra and to Wendy. Okay, and here's the second one. Now let's see if I can get the holes in a more consistent spot. And I'll do that by remembering where I'm placing this. Can you believe this? We're almost done. We will be done with 4 buttonholes before you know it. That's pretty amazing. Who would have thought doing buttonholes would be less frustrating than live streaming? Alexa Lee, I'm getting so excited for your wedding. I can't believe we're going to Jamaica. That looks good. Now I'm and just, these scissors really are too big to be doing this. Okay, now one more. So how's everyone's week been? It's been a busy week around here. Again, I went for training yesterday on my Bernina, and that was great. I went down to Blaine's Sewing Center in Cranston, Rhode Island. Highly recommend them. I've also been planning the Marathon Quilters raffle quilt. It's almost ready to hit the road. We're printing raffle tickets and handouts. So look for us at the Hopkinton Farmers Market. Our first date is September 29th. We'll be there. It's a Sunday. And then the 6th of October and the 13th. All Sundays, and we'll be there. Come by and buy a chance to win our quilt. It's only $1. And it goes toward, like I've said before, a scholarship and our charity quilts program. Okay, so four buttonholes are done. They're not the worst I've made, they're not the best I've made, and they will work. Now the question is, so I'll sew the buttons on, and we're doing the little buttons, even though those buttonholes look pretty big, but that'll work. Question is, do we add a little bow here? And if so, what color? I think that would be so cute if you're wearing boots or you're wearing clogs. I'm going to do it. And before we came on the air, I auditioned other colors, but why don't I do that with you? So I wanted to go with a more subtle, the dark blue. I did look at a lighter blue, which would also work, actually. That might be kind of interesting. But no, well, so there's that, or we could go green, which is also cool. If they were my pants, I would be a little more daring, but I don't. Jeannie said just do what you want. And I know she's classic. She wears classic. Oh, that's pretty. Let's make a bow out of this just for kicks. And the way I was making a bow was that I'm making 2 loops, and I'm putting 1 loop over the other to make the bow. Ooh, this is slippery, but that does tend to work. That would be very bright. Okay, so what do people think? Which bow? Lacey, when will you be at the retreat again? Ooh. Oh, thank you, Ronnie, for the tip on not going too far on the buttonhole. Put a pin at the end. That is a great tip. Thank you. Now, when am I going to Missouri Star? I don't know yet, but soon. And the reason I don't know yet is I know that a few people that wanted to go were on vacation at the end of August, and they wanted to get through vacation before planning another vacation, which that sounded okay to me. When would you like to go, Lacey? Or when, maybe I could put a poll and see when people want to go. I'm thinking early next year, early 2020, just because of going to Jamaica for the wedding. That's happening before Christmas, and then Christmas comes. But I'm open to suggestions, and I know they have a lot of episodes, and we just have to pick. So, great question, Lacey. I will put a poll. So if anyone wants to meet up at Missouri Star, that would be really fun. I know Becca also has suggested another retreat. So let me post that instead, or as well. Let's look at them both and see when that one might be. She even sent it to me, and I'm forgetting when it is. Okay, so, question is which bow? I'm actually liking this bright bow, but I don't think she'll like that. Or I'm not thinking, actually. No, this little one will be better. So, we tried out different ribbons. That's that. Maybe let's make a second ribbon while we've got this dark blue out. And then we'll talk about a t-shirt quilt, and then that'll be it. Because we'll all have homework, which is to go into our closet or our children's closet, our husband's closets, and decide on whose t-shirt quilt you want to make. We have all these t-shirts. I don't know about you, but I had oodles of them that I never wore, or some of them that I did wear and there were spots on them, so I don't want to wear them anymore, you know. So the combination of the two gave me a good set of t-shirts, and I'm ready to put them into a quilt with some improv piecing, so it's not going to be just t-shirts. And if all goes well, we're going to do classes on it over at the studio on the hill in Holliston. Okay, so there are two of our bows. One will go here. And then I have no idea how these bows will wash, but I'll sew them on really well with the sewing machine even. So, you know, they might fray up. All right, so jeans are closer to being done. Now, let's move on to our next project, the t-shirt quilt. Oh, there go the buttons. These came out of Mom Your Button box, I think. These old blue ones. They have a different color on each side. One is dark. That's what I'm going to go with. Okay, so let me put those aside. T-shirts. First off, go in your closets and find some t-shirts. And think of a theme. It could be for a Christmas gift. It could be a retirement t-shirt quilt. Maybe you know someone who's about to retire or has retired, and they have lots of old t-shirts. Maybe you want to commemorate. I noticed that I have several shirts from my employers over the year. I also noticed I don't have very many fun t-shirts, so I sure worked a lot. I didn't spend a whole lot of time having fun, but I did have, but don't feel too badly. Believe me, I pack in fun. So, like one of these t-shirts is, I have several of them, and for those of you in Hopkinton, you might recognize this. We used to have a regular party across the street from us, or we didn't, but Maxine Adams did. And she would always have these t-shirts. Hi, Ben. Nice to see you. She'd always have these t-shirts made up. So this is from 2010. And this sign is what they would always have around town. So you couldn't stop or park anywhere. So I have several of those, like this one, 2007. That was a while ago. Then I definitely have our Relay for Life, Cancer Celebrations. That was 2011. That was with KB. She designed a couple of different t-shirts, and I wanted them like Catawissa is on this, so I want some. I have some work t-shirts. Work. It's a pretty blue. Pretty blue. Cloud meets big data. Pretty blue. One of my alma maters. Yes, KB, I cut up the t-shirt you and Bob gave me. I definitely wanted one in my quilt. So it's going to a good cause. Fair. This one is from 2013, a fair poster. This is Marquidant Vineyard. This was something that, hi Dawn, welcome. Hi, thanks Ben. Happy Friday, happy long weekend. So this was a Yankee swap. Bob's mother had this made, and I was fortunate enough to get that t-shirt that year. And people wanted to take it from me, and I was glad they didn't. This was something my sister designed for The Cure, for one of her fundraisers. So you get the picture. Just pull out your t-shirts, put them all together, and and last but not least, this is my Allie and Wendy. This is my form of the roosters that you guys all talk about. I keep saying I'm sorry, didn't mean to do that. So get your t-shirts, cut out big pieces of what you want to include in your quilt. Then next week we're going to put the interfacing on them. And then what I'm going to do, but you can do anything you want, is I am taking a layer cake. So everyone's familiar, I think, hopefully, if you're on here, with the way the fabric companies are packaging up fabric these days. This is Free Spirit, and it's all solid colors. Now, I could just take, and I started to take some batiks, because I like the blue, and I wanted to try to repeat that in here in my t-shirt quilt, but I changed my mind because I didn't have enough good batik. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this layer cake and just stick to this so that, and then I'm going to adorn all of these. And then at the end, when I put it all together, I hope that this unifies them as much as it can. And we'll have a funky improv t-shirt quilt. So if you want to do that with us, again, the key next week is find your t-shirts and get yourself some interfacing. I like shape flex, but any interfacing will do, I think, pretty sure. There is a making t-shirt book. Hey, Nicole. Oh, Violet. Hi, Violet. You can do this too. Find some t-shirts. And in fact, watch next week, Violet. We're going to have a special guest that I think you might enjoy. That's it. Oh, t-shirt quilt books. They exist. And I think that's all. It's going to be really informal, improv. Oh, behind me, that t-shirt is from my honeymoon, from our honeymoon, Bob's and my honeymoon. So that'll be fun to incorporate. You can do whatever you want. That's what Fridays are all about, and that's what long weekends are all about. I think that's it. Hi to everyone who joined. It's so good to see you all. I don't even know where to look on this new camera, but thank you for being here. Go do what you love. Be grateful. I know I am. And I will see you here next Friday night on another FiberCast. Thanks, everyone. Bye.